Is there any other way to read it other than they want illegals to vote? I mean, can you read it any other way?
If you don't want voter ID, who do you want to vote?
Somalia's electoral authorities have started issuing voter ID cards across Mogadishu.
I think that's the question everyone should ask every Democrat that is going against voter ID. Today's the Super Bowl. Do you know what you need to get into the Super Bowl? Do you know what you need to buy a ticket to get a Super Bowl ticket? ID. Do you know what you need to get on the plane to fly to the Super Bowl? ID. Do you know what you need to buy alcohol while you're at the Super Bowl? ID. Do you know what you need to get in a car to drive to the Super Bowl? ID. Well, this afternoon or this morning, John Fetterman, a Pennsylvania senator, went on with Maria Bartiromo, Fox News, and I'll play that clip here.
And now, me as a Democrat, I do not believe that it's unreasonable or to show ID just to vote. And I remind everybody that less than a year ago in Wisconsin, they added that to the Constitution by a 63%, passing. So it's not a radical idea for regular Americans to show your ID to vote. And it's absolutely, those things are not Jim Crow or anything. Of course, that's part of an awful, awful legacy of our nation.
But, I mean, is there any other way to view the fact that Democrat leadership refused to have ID to vote? Is there any other way to read it other than they want illegals to vote? I mean, can you read it any other way?
Well, I mean, for me, the Save Act is not going to pass because of the filibuster, because they would need at least 7 or 8 Democratic votes to pass that.
And he absolutely nuked the Democrat Party. Now, he said a couple of things there that you need 7 or 8 Democrat senators to vote with Republicans to get this passed. And he said it would never pass, and it may very well not. Now, the same thing that the Democrats wanted, they don't want anymore. They wanted to nuke the filibuster. I believe Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema is a couple of the names that he mentioned. They wanted to get rid of the filibuster when they were in office. But now, magically, the Democrats don't want to get rid of the filibuster because it would be beneficial to America. I believe it would be beneficial to voter ID laws. But you just have to go back to that question. If you don't want voter ID, who do you want to vote? And I believe that is the big question. And we all know the answer. The Democrat Party has been very similar to California. There's been a mass exodus of people leaving California, a very blue state. I believe the last time California went red was under Reagan. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that same year, Minnesota continued to be stupid, and they voted for Walter Mondale. But the same people that wanted things to change when Joe Biden was in office suddenly don't want those things to change now. That is very telling. And Fetterman sounds like this oracle of common sense. Do I trust Fetterman? Hell no. But I do believe a head injury has helped him come to different levels of reality, and it's strange. But Fetterman now seems like the most logical Democrat, which is odd, right? Fred loves chasing a ball. He's got it right here. He really wants me to throw this. You want me to see if I can find, let's see if we can throw the ball for Fred. Here you go, Fred. Here you go, here you go, here you go. There you go. There he is. He loves chasing the damn ball. He is a tennis ball freak. But it's almost like the Democrat Party is a dog with a tennis ball. It really is. Whatever the current thing is, they want it. Or maybe what the current thing is, they don't want it. You can see them fighting. Daisy doesn't ever want the ball, but now she wants the ball. Very similar to what, voter ID is. Years ago, Joe Biden, Bill Clinton, Al Gore, Hillary Clinton, Chuck Schumer, the laundry list of criminals, they all wanted voter ID. And then they got distracted. And they got distracted with what's keeping the Democrat Party alive. And that's people that shouldn't be here, maybe voting in elections that they shouldn't be voting in. So it's a strange time that we're in. Because why wouldn't you want only American citizens voting in American elections? You've seen up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, they've set up actual checkpoints to control who is getting in and out of these various neighborhoods. Kind of like, let's think of America as a neighborhood. You kind of only want the people in your neighborhood that are supposed to be in your neighborhood. That's kind of what America is. America is a large neighborhood. We're a large HOA, and we only want people coming in and doing what we want here. But the Democrat Party, man, everything they used to want, they don't anymore. I can't explain it. I can't understand it. But I'll say this, and I don't even know if I want to talk about this anymore. With this Jeffrey crap. This has become a religion, almost an ideology. If you don't go 110% in on this ideology, then obviously you like people that want to do things to children, which I think is such an odd take, because it's been used as leverage. And no one, including all of the Democrats, have really came out and said a damn thing about this. The Democrats are not going near this, with the exception of Ro Khanna, Thomas Massie. Thomas Massie said he had a list of 20 names he was going to read. I've yet to see him read those names. Have you? Did I miss that? But what this has done, I believe the Epstein files, or all these documents, have been really, really effective. And they've been effective at two things. Number one, they've been effective as a major distraction from what Trump has actually accomplished during his first year into his second presidency. The economy's booming. The border is closed. Inflation is down. Gas prices are down. But yet, the gaslighting is up. And there are certain people that can't stand the fact that America is in a time of resurgence and almost in this golden age. So they use kids, which they use kids a lot. They use children in these files or these documents to distract from the successes. I don't believe anyone with any level of common sense wants anything but justice. But the way that people are going about it is such a discombobulated load of horse hockey that it's crazy the way that they're going about this. Fred's taking a Democrat right now. It's so insane. Because no one cared under the Biden administration a damn bit about these files. I didn't see any of these guys that are all over YouTube right now saying a word about this. But now they're platforming people that are probably in there that had their names removed by daddy. The same people that are talking and discussing all this stuff about the files. Have you heard them say anything about Anthony Weiner's laptop? I know a couple of guys that are law enforcement, an FBI guy, that said he got to look at some of the things on Wiener's laptop. And he said it was the most disgusting, vile things ever. But do you know who's really probably made out like a bandit because of these Jeffrey documents? Probably Anthony Weiner. Nobody's talking about Anthony Weiner because of these documents that have come out. He's on open, full display with zero accountability. Come on, Daisy. With zero accountability. So yeah, I would say the Epstein documents have been very, very effective as a distraction, almost a purity test. Because if you're not all in on it, you're obviously in on it, right? That's kind of the way it looks. I mean, even people like Elon Musk have been accused of being, quote, in on it. Because they're not all in on it. There's people that suddenly care about things that have never cared about things before. People that used to interview seers and aliens and time travelers now suddenly care about this. It's almost like an industry. Oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm in the Epstein industry. That's kind of what it seems like to me. You like my Bigfoot over here? I don't know if you saw the Bigfoot. Put my Bigfoot up right there. He hangs out with Epstein in the evenings. Jeffrey comes over and hangs out with my Bigfoot. You see that? See right there? Yeah. Elvis, Jeffrey, Marilyn Monroe, they all come hang out right here. They smoke. This is a smoking area for those people. Guys, I don't want to give you advice. I don't care. You're going to make up your own mind. But what I will say is, there are things going on that are a complete and manufactured distraction. Do you really believe with over 3.5, I don't even know how many millions of pages or documents, whatever. Do you really think out of all of those, the word Biden would not be mentioned one time? Not one time. It's weird, huh? That's a weird one. I can't get my head around that. Other than the fact that, it could have been purged, filtered, cleaned, rinsed. The same way that the Biden family would rinse and clean some money for Burisma. Do you think they would rinse and clean anything like that to keep old Joe, the big guy, keep his name out of things? Do you think there could have been things put into the documents as easily as taken out? Almost like a recipe. I'm about to go in and eat dinner. We got a big old beef pot roast cooking in the crock pot. I got carrots and onions, put some cloves, chives, got all kinds of stuff in there. Taters. It's like I made this big, healthy meal. And it smells so good throughout the entire house. Do you think these documents or these files could have had ingredients added, like names? Could they have had things trimmed out, like where you trim off pieces of fat? Something to think about, isn't it? Something to think about. The biggest thing right now for me in America is passing the SAVE Act and getting some integrity back in the elections. Like I said, if you don't want voter ID, who do you want to vote? That's the big one. I don't know when. I'm going to burn this pile out here. I got this wood pile I need to burn. Maybe we'll burn that on a live stream. I don't know how we can do it, but maybe we'll have a big old bonfire out here and burn that. Some kind of effigy. There's a lot of people that are about to get burned. They're about to get trapped into this whole little manufactured pile of trash that needs to be burned. Actually, that's just all wood and limbs and pieces of fence that I cut up when we were putting this fence up. I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all enjoy the halftime show. I don't know. I can't get my head around people that will watch the Super Bowl but not watch the halftime show and then go back to watching the Super Bowl. I don't know. You do you. You do you. But it's a weird take because the NFL is one of the most DEI organizations in the United States, probably in the world. If it wasn't, there would be Koreans playing or, you know, some Mexican quarterbacks. But it's not, right? So they don't really want equality. They just want convenience. But there's a lot of people that are going to watch the Super Bowl, then change the channel to go watch a different halftime show. And they think that's making a difference. That's making the difference. Right, okay. I'll try to get my head around that. Yeah. All right. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care.